Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Adria Motors. We're going to be talking about the reason why anytime your car is in park or neutral, the car sounds like. But anytime it's in drive, reverse, or the lower gears, which is 3 or 2, you can find out that the sound changes. So what is the reason for that? The reason for that is because every car has what they call torque and horsepower. So horsepower is the measurement of a car's speed. How fast can a car move from point A to point B? While torque is the measurement of how the force can spin an object. How can the crankshaft spin the pistons and rings from top dead center to down dead center? Let's talk about an automatic transmission in a normal setting. Because all cars varies, especially if we are inside a manual transmission vehicle. Would I be talking about clutch and all those? So to further explain the reason for you, all cars have what they call torque and horsepower, which means that as the car is in park and neutral, it's sitting at its peak torque. Once you change it down to drive, the torque and horsepower now transmit from the engine down to the flywheel, from the flywheel down to the torque converter, from torque converter down to the transmission. From the transmission, if you're using a front wheel drive or a rear wheel drive which uses a propeller shaft, it now transmits from there down to the frictional forces, which is the tire. But once it is in park or neutral, it disengages and then it's now in peak torque. That's why the noise now comes up. That's why all cars have what they call wheel horsepower and brake horsepower. So the wheel horsepower is the one that you test in a dynamometer to know the horsepower of a car being transferred from the engine down to the wheels, while brake horsepower is the testing of an engine horsepower in the engine chamber. So the wheel horsepower is mostly lower than the brake horsepower. So that's why car manufacturers, they like to give you the higher stats of a brake horsepower than the wheel horsepower. So if you want to go and buy a car, kindly know the one you're buying. Are they giving you the stats based on the wheel horsepower or the brake horsepower? Because the brake horsepower is higher than the wheel horsepower. So know this, and they just want to entice you. But also know that anytime you put your car in park or neutral, the car stops burning more fuel. But if you put it in drive, you can notice that the nozzle starts sending fuel to the engine and then it starts burning more fuel. So that's what you need to know. So I'm just trying to give you guys the easy explanation. I hope it was helpful. And please know that engines varies. You can have an aluminum cast iron, you can have an aluminium, you can also have an iron block, which are seen in the Supra. They are stronger. You can tune them to 1000 horsepower, any of those things. But I prefer the aluminium block because for this Highlander, they are very, very reliable. They are sound quiet. They are efficient. So all these things varies in an engine. If you're buying, you have to know the engine you're getting. I won't also say that to change the sound, but let's just say to change the way the car operates, because it will make the car heavier. All those kind of things. So you need to know what you're getting. So when we're talking about car enthusiasm, you have to understand that. I won't say I'm a mechanic. I just like to explain things for people and post it online. So please know this and know peace. Maybe if you have any other more videos about why they come down, why I'll explain it for you. Know this and know peace. I hope this video was self-explanatory.